The amount of people I pissed off with me eating is hilarious to me. Y'all are so easily triggered. It honestly makes me so sad. Like, I knew that this was going to be relatable to a lot of Arab girls, but it makes me so sad that people are still going through this. Like I said, I ended up moving out and started living on my own, but I was still in contact with my family. I was still on good terms with them because I was faking it the whole time. I still had to make my own money and be able to take care of myself. So once I graduated, that's really when I started to pull away. I also started getting busy. Like, I was working, and if I wasn't working on the weekends, I would hang out with my friends, which I was not allowed to do ever. I literally was not allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to go out or do anything. And I don't mean go out partying or I just simply was not allowed to hang out with Americans. And that's so weird because, like, why did you bring us to America? Why do foreign families bring their kids to America, raise them around the American culture, and then just expect them to not adapt any culture from it at all? And what makes it even more sad is that me and my brother went to the same school. So he literally got to do whatever he wanted. He got to play sports, he got to go to parties, he got to go to games, he got to date, he got to do whatever he wanted. I had friends, but only at school. Like, it couldn't leave past that. People would always be like, oh, but your brother's going, or we saw your brother there, where were you? And I literally had to lie and make excuses and be like, well, I was busy, I had stuff to do. No, I wasn't. I was miserable sitting at home. So back on track. So I started working, I started making my own money, and I started to pull away. Now, the way I did this, I actually am not proud of. It was very cowardly of me, but I figured that if I can give them a way to be like extremely upset with me, easier for them to make the decision that they didn't want to talk to me than for me to make it, because it was really hard for me to, like, I was too scared to do it. You're just programmed in such a way that, like, leaving the culture or leaving that life you were programmed for is almost like unnatural, unheard of. So I pretty much exposed myself to them in a way. So I told them everything that was, like, frowned upon that I, was doing in my life. And I don't want to talk about religion at all. Like, that is not something I'm going to be talking about going forward, because I respect all religions and that's not something that I want to bring up. But I did have a lot of questions about religion that I would ask my parents, and I pretty much got in trouble for asking questions. Like, my dad got so pissed off with me. I think it's because he couldn't answer the question. And so he just got upset. He was like, oh, just like freaking out. And I really tried with the religion. Like, I really did. So I ended up telling them all these things about religion, tattoos, just everything I knew they weren't going to accept. It was not easy. Like, I had so much anxiety with them in my life and living a double life and feeling so fake. And I had anxiety without them in my life because I didn't have a family anymore and they were all I knew. And they conditioned me to be a certain way. Like, I had no idea who I was without them. It was a huge awakening journey because I had to figure out, like, who I am and what I want out of this life, except for running away in marriage. So far I broke no contact twice. The first time was for all the wrong reasons, honestly. It was not about me missing them or wanting them in my life. It was about me coming back and proving a point to my dad. When I did that, my anxiety went freaking haywire. I stopped sleeping at night. I couldn't eat. I couldn't, like, nothing. Like, I just froze and I was like, oh my God, like, what did I do? I had to stop it immediately. And the most recent time was when I had my baby. I was 3 months postpartum, and I genuinely reached out to my mom and my sister, and it blew up in my face. And I'll make another video about that. So now it's permanent, no contact ever. So now I'm just like, what do I have to lose? I can just share my story and expose the truth. And just to reiterate, this is about my experience. A lot of people are getting butthurt in the comments saying that I need to not speak in general about the Arab community. This is the Arab community that I was from, okay? And that's the only Arab community that I know. Now, I'm so freaking happy that not everybody is experiencing that. I don't want that for anybody. I want you guys to be happy. Trust me, the last thing I want to be is relatable. If I can help out anybody in my situation, that means the world to me, because if I had that when I was going through that in my life, it would have made things a million times easier. It was the most isolating, loneliest time of my entire life, and I did it all alone. And I don't regret anything. Everything taught me so much, and it led me to the life that I was meant to live. So I'm very happy about that.